According to the chief head of corporate communication of the NNPC Limited, they have put it on the media that they are already producing 1,400,000 barrels per day. But that's not the case. That's not true. It's a very big, I don't want to use the word lie, but as an agency that are holding the oil industry on trust for Nigerians, they shouldn't put out some of this information that are not true. The true picture of what happened on Tuesday is that the NNPC has been under pressure to televise to Nigerians that everything is okay, and then that the old refinery has started functioning. I can tell you that.
Hello everyone, and welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping by. My people, there is fire on the mountain. Like, we are really in a big trouble in this country called Nigeria. Like, I don't understand why this particular government, choose to deceive Nigerians, choose to lie, like propaganda everywhere. To what end, my people? To what end? So recently we heard that a PH refinery has started producing crude oil, which Nigerians, we are rejoicing, praising Tinubu. But at the end of the day, what I heard in this video really shocked me. Even though that Mayego and Rufai said something like this yesterday, that this is a scam, that PH refinery, has not started producing any crude oil. But in my head, I said, this can never be true. What are they going to gain from lying to Nigeria or deceiving Nigerians? But when I watched this particular video that I want to show you guys, my people, I shocked, honestly. This one really shockalized me. According to Rufai Osene, and this is what he said: Nigeria Air, scam. PH refinery blending, scam. Mechanically complete, scam. We have saved 20 billion from subsidy removal, scam. And now he said, people are attacking Davido, but will never attack NNPC that deceived them, calling blending refining. Like, this is so pathetic. Can this be true, that what they announced the other day here, that PH refinery has started producing crude oil, like, it is not true? My people, this is so worrisome, honestly. Just take a listen and hear what this man said in this particular video. He really exposed them.
Community concerned that oil production, oil processing, refining activity is about to come back within the community. Is the community making any demands? Because you recall that during the process of the Petroleum Industry Act and all of that, communities were making demands, and communities have perpetually raised issues about refining, about community engagement. That's one issue that I think will interest you. Then maybe you begin commenting on the fact that NNPC Limited says the Port Harcourt refinery is back on stream, and there's been a lot of singing and dancing and chest beating, despite what the cynics say.
Well, good morning, Dr. Abati. Thank you for having me this morning. Actually, the Port Harcourt refinery, and by extension, the Port Harcourt depot, happen to be the mainstay of the Alesa economy. The economic activities emanating from the operations of this depot means a lot to us as a community people. But as it were now, I don't think it's cause for celebration yet. What we are having in the media space is different from what we have on ground. I can tell it to you on authority as a community person that it was just a mere show we had on Tuesday at the Port Harcourt depot. A mere show in the sense that the Port Harcourt refinery, we call it Area 5, that is the old refinery, is merely on skeletal operation. When I say skeletal, some units were recently brought up and is running, not the entire unit of the old refinery is functional as we speak. Very slow. I will give them the credit that at least they have started something, but not to say that, according to the chief head of corporate communication of the NNPC Limited, they have put it on the media that they are already producing 1,400,000 barrels per day. That's not the case. That's not true. It's a very big, I don't want to use the word lie, but as an agency that are holding the oil industry on trust for Nigerians, they shouldn't put out some of this information that are not true. The true picture of what happened on Tuesday is that the NNPC has been under pressure to televise to Nigerians that everything is okay, and then that the old refinery has started functioning. I can tell you that the GMD, or the CEO, as it were for now, was in Port Harcourt since Monday. The other MDs were also in Port Harcourt. The MD of Port Harcourt Refinery and those heading the operations department, they didn't sleep through the night of Monday breaking Tuesday because of this whole event they had on Tuesday. What was the true picture? The old Port Harcourt Refinery is built with its own utilities, different from the new Port Harcourt Refinery. In terms of tank farm, the tank farm that is servicing the old Port Harcourt Refinery has a different loading gantry at the depot. The party they had on Tuesday was held at the new loading gantry that is directly connected to the new refinery. And so, how does that work? It's impossible. They went there because the storage facility for the old refinery had some stock, old stock, that has been there for over 3 years. And so what they had, they released that stock and then loaded 6 trucks and then televised it to Nigerians that is the production from the old refinery, Port Harcourt Refinery. That is not true. That is not true, Dr. Abate. And so I like Nigerians to know the truth. Okay. But they don't need to believe me, because Nigerians, no matter how you paint the true pictures to them, they get sentimental, they get tribal, they want to whip some sentiment and all that. The product that was loaded, and let it be on record that it was only 6 trucks. According to them, they've put so many data out there, but it was only 6 trucks. They were using it to calibrate the new loading gantry. But it's not a new refined product from the old refinery. That is not. I think that is the status we have. As at yesterday, they also loaded. But let me shock you, Dr. Abate. If we are celebrating that the Port Harcourt old refinery is already functional, how come they loaded only 4 trucks of product the whole day? I mean, starting from 7 a.m. that work resumes at the Port Harcourt depot. It was only 4 trucks that was loaded till about 8 at night. Only 4. And these 4 trucks were actually under the loading bay areas. They were loading them, and they say it's automated. How can you have a truck under a bay for more than 6 hours under an automated system? Back in the years when we had manual loading system, it doesn't take 45 minutes for one 30,000 or 33,000 liters of truck to be fully loaded. You can ask from any operational staff or any person that has been at the depot area. Manual system loads a truck for about 45 minutes. So fully automated, fully rehabilitated, and then you tell us it's 70% operational, and then you're loading 4 trucks for a whole day, one truck staying under the loading gantry for more than 6 to 7 hours. Who are we deceiving, Dr. Abate? I think that is the clear picture of the whole event at the Port Harcourt depot, and by extension, the Port Harcourt refinery. Thank you, Dr. Abate.
All right then, Mr. Timothy Ngbere, you have given us your first-hand observation of the refinery's operations. And, you know, the NNPC, of course, coming out on Tuesday to say that the old Port Harcourt refinery is operating at 70% capacity and aiming to scale up to 90% in the near future. As someone who has worked very closely with them, given the refinery's history of inefficiencies and recurring downtime, what do you think that the key challenges still are? Why are we still having, I mean, you've touched on the fact that it's probably because of the pressure that is being put on NNPCL. So why are we seeing a situation where we're still not being able to meet the promises that they gave to Nigerians? It's really talking about the fact that they are now being able to produce, starting to refine at this space going forward.
Well, I think the crux of our problem for the rehabilitation of this Port Harcourt refinery started with the choice of the contractor to handle this rehabilitation project. That was where we got it wrong. The NNPCL awarded this contract to Technimot SPA of Milan. But I can tell you for free that what we have on ground, those we see on ground, running and handling this rehabilitation is quite different. You have a situation where Technimot, that was awarded this contract, doesn't have even one single equipment on ground. One. Technimot sublets this contract to numerous subcontractors, who in turn sublet this contract to other contractors. I can tell you that to a very large extent, the result that has been achieved so far in this rehabilitation project is that has been given by the local contractors. I use the word local. We have seen a situation whereby the handlers of this rehabilitation project, the Technimot, the staffs they have brought on ground, they don't seem to be experienced. They don't seem to. And then the level of corruption ongoing there is amazing. You have a situation where somebody sits down and tells you he's the community relations manager, one Mr. Fineface Omeme. He is also the person handling all procurement contracts. He is also the person handling all human resource related issues. How can you have an effective system? It's not possible. The question is, why is a single individual handling the entire process of this rehabilitation project? Why? When we have capable hands that can do this. So the crux of the problem, the choice of the contractor wasn't right. I say this with all seriousness. We had a situation, in fact, personally, I've had cause to say that the Warri Refinery is going to come upstream before the Port Harcourt Refinery. Why did I say so? It's because of the track record of the handlers of that project. Daewoo Nigerian Limited. Daewoo has a track record here in Nigeria. He has his West African head office in Eleme, and we know what they are doing. See what Daewoo has done to Indorama. When you go there, Daewoo has done the first phase, building of the first phase of that Indorama. The second phase, now they are on the third phase. Daewoo single-handedly is doing all this massive project. But the Nigerian government didn't have the confidence to hand over the Port Harcourt Refinery to Daewoo. Maybe it was politically motivated. So they gave it to Technimot SPA. Now, there's another level of fraud. If you go there, what you see is Technimot Nigeria. But the company that was awarded the contract is Technimot SPA of Milan. They bring some few white guys on ground for whatever reasons they are there, and they use just one or two black individuals to oversee everything that is happening there. on their decks. They award you contracts. You go into private discussions with them. They tell you places. You go and build certain assets for them before they can award you this contract. A lot of fraud ongoing there. I think that is the crux of the matter, why we have not yet arrived at the promises that NNPC has made to Nigerians.
My brother,
thank you.
Let's unveil this fraud even more. I have the press release in 2021 of Marie Technimot, when they said they are strengthening their footprint in Nigeria with a 1.5 billion deal by NNPC. Marie Technimot SPA announces that a subsidiary, Technimot SPA, has been awarded a contract by the Federal Executive Council to carry out rehabilitation works for Port Harcourt Refinery, which is a subsidiary of NNPC. But let me read you the terms of the contract. The overall contract value is $1.5 billion. It entails full engineering, procurement, and construction activities for a full rehabilitation of the Port Harcourt Refinery, aimed at restoring the complex to a minimum of 90% of its nameplate capacity. The complex is comprised of 2 refineries with overall capacity of 210,000 barrels per day. The project will be delivered in phases of 24, 32 months, and the final stage will be completed in 44 months from the date of the award. By my calculation, this press release was made on the 6th of April 2001. 6th of April 2001 to today is exactly 42 months. And in that 42 months, they claim that it's just 70% of the Port Harcourt, the first refinery, the 60,000 barrels per day refinery that was built by Shell Daisy in 65, which is a utility refinery that is working. But which we all know that what they did was they took cracked C5 raisins from Indorama and they blended some naphtha with some of the stock they had before, and they pushed down and they said it was fully completed. That 60,000 capacity does not even have a converter, correct me if I'm wrong, to be able to refine into, petrol and pump. So 42 months down the line, we have wasted money and time of Nigerians. This was the same Technimonte that as at a month ago, Femi Falana wrote a letter to them to ask, when will this contract be completed? They said they do not know. And we are 42 months away into a 44-month completion period. This is a rare document that I have to get out in circulation of their press release out of Italy. What do you see about this fraud and corruption?
Well, thank you very much. It's good that with the details you have brought out, Nigerians will be refreshed, their memories. Because this is really appalling that a whopping sum of 1.5 billion taxpayers' fund, US dollars, will just go down the drain. I say this because if you look at the party they held at the depot area, you hardly could find the community people. You are supposed to have seen the chief celebrating because this project means a lot to us as a people. But did you see that? No. The chiefs weren't there. It's like they went and bought some strangers, imported them into that area. Even the person that stood up and spoke as speaking for the community is not a member of the community, not a son of the soil. It's not from there. And so that is the extent Technimot is going to cover their tracks. That's the extent the NNPC is going to cover their tracks. Let me put this out on the media space. As a community, we have never had a single engagement with Technimot SPA. They have never come to visit the community, to introduce themselves, to say, this is why we are in the community, this is the project we are handling, this is the benefit that is accruing to the community. We have not seen them. We don't have any benefit.
Question is, what should we do going forward? Now that we have been able to unveil this drama, what should we do going? Because either ways, I want the refinery to work in Port Harcourt, in Warri and other parts. I am a Nigerian for God and for country. What can we do to actually keep this refinery working so people can get fuel in their country? Priority.
Okay. Thank you for having me back. I think first is to tell ourselves the truth. If we don't tell ourselves the simple truth, then there's no moving forward. Because what we have on ground, we need to do a complete system audit. Just like the expert was trying to analyze. We need to audit the entire Port Harcourt refinery system to know, is the crude distillating unit working? Like I said earlier on, it's just few of the units that have come on stream, not the entire unit. Now, I wanted to clear the air here. And please, you can do a check on this. I believe if Dr. Abati or yourself who want to have access to the Port Harcourt refinery and by extension the depot, they will not stop you. Because I know I've taken some few media persons there which they've written officially, but they refuse them access. Dr. Abati, please, let it be clear here. No single product has moved from the Port Harcourt refinery area into the product reception area of the depot. I said no one. And let me explain why. Let me explain why. You can do a check on this. The old refinery, Port Harcourt refinery, has its own utilities quite different from the new Port Harcourt refinery. The tank storage area for product reception is different. The loading gantry is different. Where they set up the canopy and did the party was in the new area.
Mr. Mbere, sorry to interrupt you, but look, activities like this will bring life to the community, will bring economic robustness, people coming, people talking about your Alesa community. I mean, the community elders and the youth, are you not happy that your community is back in action within the bigger map of Nigeria? There's something to be said for that. Let's be fair. Even if it is people selling this
Dr.
and
Abati,
that.
Dr. Abati, I started by saying that the economy, the mainstay of Alesa economy is actually the Port Harcourt depot. That is how I started my address here. But as it is today, nothing is happening. That the first boat that will celebrate this will definitely be the community, because we'll be the first beneficiaries. Our youth will work there either through the unions, the petroleum tanker drivers, or the Ipman and what have you in that place. We will benefit in all this. But when they keep deceiving us or lying, how do we stand to benefit from their lies? We don't. Let me tell you that the Technimod people are not alone in this. As community stakeholders, we wrote to the Senate Committee on Host Communities through the Senate President. We did. We were invited. We went there. We tried to expose some of these things. They also invited the Technimod family. Did they come? No. What we had was this same chief head of corporate communication writing back to the committee and telling the committee that the GMD or the CEO, as it were, was not in town and he was in Abu Dhabi and all that.
I'd like to come
and
in
the
here,
committee
Mr.
members, especially like James manager. James manager was like, let me land. James manager was like, we didn't invite the GMD or the CEO. We invited the MD of Port Harcourt Refinery and those handling the rehabilitation, which is the Technimod. But they never showed up. What happened? They rescheduled the visit. And they wrote to the GMD and told him that the allegations of the host community are too grievous to be swept under the carpet.
All right,
didn't they sweep it under the carpet?
Mr.
They did.
Mr. Timothy,
when we are supposed to go back the second time, they have collected the envelopes, and what do we have?
Unfortunately,
so they are
this
involved.
is a conversation
the politicians are deeply involved.
That will definitely not end here. Thank you so much for your contributions and, of course, for letting us know exactly what is happening down there in Alesa. That's Timothy Ngbere, who is the Secretary of Alesa Stakeholders.
So, my people, that is it. Like, interesting days ahead. we need to watch out to see if what this man said here is true or not. But for me, this is unbelievable, honestly. I would love you guys to leave your thoughts in the comment section as always. And don't forget to subscribe if today is your first time here. Share the video to your friends and family. And also give me a thumbs up so that YouTube will recommend this video to other people to watch. Thank you everyone for watching. And I will see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.
Welcome to News TV.